Okay, just hold on real quick. I'm gonna go outside.
All right.
All right, what up, everybody? Once again, we back. It's your local hero here, with my co-host.
B1, aka the altar. Bring your problems to me.
Hey, we got two things. Firstly, well, let's get into this. We got a special guest back again. Um, every time we talk to her, it's something new. She got a murder mystery. She getting out there. She's now a podcaster as well as a cigar influencer. Y'all gotta check out. We got Coco Cigar Cutie back again.
Hey everybody, hey, hey, hey.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Now,
Enjoying this nice weather out here in Maryland.
yeah,
Yeah, it may be nice for y'all. It is hot out here in
Oh,
Kansas.
and that's still human. It's still human.
yeah, it's still
So,
humid, but it's nicer than it had been. Nicer than it had been.
mhm, mhm. Now you got a new podcast out. Now we're gonna talk about that. But we also want to talk about now. As I was talking to you, you said you got a book that you got done writing.
Yes, yes.
Now
So
it was a
I have two. Well, okay. So the one that I spoke to you about, it's a murder mystery. So it's called The Stiletto Stalker. Um,
mhm,
it has it's my first murder mystery. So it has taken a while to get this done because when you do murder mysteries, you have to have certain elements.
mhm,
Um, versus doing just writing a drama. But a murder mystery, you have to have the puzzle pieces in place because if they're not in place, then it won't make sense. So it
well,
took me a while to do that because I wasn't used to doing murder mysteries. Once I figured it all out, it flowed. So I finally finished it. It's called The Stiletto Stalker, based here in DC. Um,
mhm,
it is about two twins, and one of them is a serial killer.
okay.
Hmm.
That sounds interesting. Actually, I think I might have to
I
get
don't
that.
say yeah. And I mean,
And speaking,
I actually like reading and murder mysteries and conspiracy theories. Those
Okay.
are the two types of books that I love reading. Uh,
Okay.
my favorite
I used
author is
to.
actually Dan Brown. I
Hmm.
don't know if you're familiar with his work.
No.
Dan Brown is the one who wrote Angels and Demons, The Da Vinci Code.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, he's got the symbols. He's got a lot of different books.
Hmm.
Uh, but like, I don't know why. It's just something about those types of books that fascinate me. Maybe
Hmm.
because they actually make you think. It's not
Right.
just something
Well,
that you can just read and be like, oh, okay. You know,
Right.
so
well,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to read that one.
Yeah.
Stiletto
Yeah.
I used to
Stalker.
read once upon a time, but since I'm doing this podcast and all this stuff, I don't read anymore. I just look at documentaries. But
Hmm.
speaking of mystery, my man Josh gave me this cigar right here. We're gonna get into what y'all smoking. No label. This the mystery. I got to figure out what cigar this is. I'm smoking it, trying to figure it out. I got the answer. The answer is right here in this envelope. So by
Uh-huh.
the time I'm done with this, I'm gonna take a couple guesses and see what I got.
Okay.
Now,
Also, he
what?
sent it to you purposefully without the band
Yeah,
to see if you can figure it out.
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So what? V1, what you smoking, man?
Oh, let me get one.
So I've got I believe it's the Designer 98 by
Hmm.
Kiki Momo.
Shout out to them.
Uh, so far, pretty good stick. I'm liking it.
See, I was talking to Coco about Kiki Momo. I like that. That man got some good sticks.
Yeah, and you know what he did? He actually sent me an entire care package. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was excited to get mine too. Like, oh man, like these are
Yeah,
awesome.
it's like I can't wait to. I'm gonna do the unboxing probably. Probably to what's tomorrow? Monday. Yeah, probably on Monday. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the unboxing, and then I'll smoke one tomorrow, and then the review will be up probably Tuesday or Wednesday for the first one because he sent me eight. I think he sent me his entire line. I believe.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. So I am today. I am going to have, and you know what? I'm gonna start today with a acid plush. I've never had this, so and I
Mhm.
had never seen it. I was in Virginia, and I was like, oh wow, what is that? Have you all had this?
I have had the plush.
Hmm.
I
I've never
like
had a
it.
flush.
I mean, obviously my taste buds is a lot different than you guys.
Hmm.
And I always say that because I smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
So mine's a little bit different. I actually liked it. I thought it was I wouldn't really say it was a light flavor.
Hmm.
It was a little heavier than the blonde.
Okay.
Uh, but like I said, it was a great smoke to me. I didn't have any problems with it. Uh, Definitely one that I would smoke again if I see it
Okay.
again.
Okay.
I've had one.
I'm
You know,
having a
I've
bad
had
hair
this.
day. I'm having a
You know
bad
what this
hair day.
cigar? This
Mm-mm.
it reminds me of that Fat Boy joint. Like it reminds me of that. I've had this cigar before.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out. But let's get into you. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
had somebody ask me they want to be an author. So they said, "What keeps you motivated, and what keeps you writing? How do you get over writer's block and everything?"
Well, okay. So here's the thing for me. I've never had writer's block.
Hmm.
People say, "Oh, I get writer's block." I've never had writer's block, and here's why. Because when the ideas stop flowing, I stop writing. I just
Okay.
wait for them to come back. So
Hmm.
what I tell people is like a lot of people will get frustrated because they don't know. It's like, oh, I was writing, then all of a sudden I got writer's block, and I was like, because you kept sitting there. You can't keep
Hmm.
sitting there. When you are an author, you have to wait for your characters to talk to you, and so that's
Hmm.
what I do. Like in Stiletto Stalker, they're twins. So I would wait for one of the or the other to say, "Hey, I got something to say." And it's almost like being schizophrenic. I kid you not. It's like being a schizophrenic because sometimes you'll talk to yourself and you'll be like, "What? Well, what's happening?" And it's your characters. It's your characters coming to you and telling you, pull up a chair. I got something to tell you. And once that happens, once it happens to you enough, you will
Hmm.
begin to recognize the signs. So for me, when I wrote my first two books, my characters talked to me the entire time. Like there was not my hands was tired because I was tired of typing, and they
Hmm.
just never stopped talking because in my first two books, the cast of characters is like four central characters. So all four of them were constantly telling me their side of the story. So
Okay.
I would tell anyone if you suffer, if you think you have quote unquote writer's block, get up from your computer, get up from your notepad or however you're doing it, your iPad, whatever, get up from
Hmm.
that and take a walk. Don't look at it. Don't stress yourself. Don't just close the program that you're in, close it, go about your day. When it's time for you to
Hmm.
sit back down and write, it'll happen. Now, if you
Okay.
follow a outline, I don't. I'm a pantser. Some people will follow a outline. If you're following an outline and you get stuck on one of your chapters or whatever, move to the next chapter. You may have to fill that gap in to make it work, but go to the next go to the next part of your outline and see if you can get that worked out.
Right. And then just
Okay.
kind of go back to it later.
Exactly. And then what if you go back and you feel like it's a gap, all you have to do is read it out loud. The gap will fill in itself because when you're an author, you can read something out loud, you will figure out what is supposed to be there and you will fill it in.
Mm.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So now my
Okay.
question is so murder mystery. What
Mhm.
made you decide to do a murder mystery?
I had a character that kept coming to me while I was working on another drama that I was writing. And this character kept coming to me, and it was funny because I would be I was working on my third drama, and when I would type, like I said, I'm a pantser, so I don't outline anything. I just type it as it comes. I was
Okay.
typing, and then I would go back to do some editing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this? This don't even belong in the book. Like it was like I was writing two stories and I couldn't figure it out. It took a while for me to figure out that another character had come to me and said, I need to tell you a story." And
Uh-huh.
it was actually the one that is the serial killer. She kept trying to kill people in my drama. I wasn't killing people in my drama, and I'm like, why am I killing them? They
Well,
it's
that definitely would have added. That would have added to the drama.
It would have, but the drama. Let me tell you just a real quick tidbit about the drama. The drama is called a teacher's lounge. So it goes into, you know how when y'all were kids, when everybody was kids, the teacher's lounge was a place you would hear the teachers back there talking and laughing, and you were wondering what they was in there doing. I'm taking you
Yeah.
in the teacher's lounge. I'm showing you what they in there doing.
Oh
So
man, I'm gonna have to find that.
so
Yep,
to
gotta
so
find it.
to kill one of the teachers just didn't seem right. But one of them kept getting killed. I'm like, why I keep killing this teacher? This don't go in this story. I'm not understanding what's happening. And then that's what it was. I actually had a murder mystery trying to come out, but come out at the wrong time. So I had to put down teacher's lounge so I could focus on writing the stiletto stalker.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Now, like, does that happen often where you're working on multiple projects at once?
Yes, for me it does. For a lot of people it doesn't, but for me it does. And here's why it does: because I'm a pantser, and what a pantser means is I just write what comes to the top of my head. So I could be sitting working on one story, and then something else, another story will happen. I'll open up an entire new document and start typing in that one.
Oh,
Most
dude, that's what
most
happens to me.
authors don't do that. Most authors don't. See, I told you it's a
That
little
happens to me
skip.
so much. I would be because I used to try to write and like my buddies helped me write like we wrote like animated stories and everything. And as I'm
Hmm.
writing them, I'm like, oh shit, this would be dope. I go to another one, like, oh shit, this would be dope. And I go to that one. So that happens to me so much. I was like, I'm never gonna be able to finish a book with this type of mentality or screenplay.
Did you ever go back to whatever you started writing first?
I did, I did,
Okay.
and the podcast happened. Uh,
Okay.
so maybe eventually I'll finish, but I got a few
Okay.
stories. And the trick that part is in my mind. I already know how the story goes and how it ends.
Okay. Okay.
But as I'm doing one story, something else will pop up, and I'm like, "Oh, this sounds interesting."
Right.
It's like,
Right. And that's
oh,
how
a
it
butterfly.
goes for me. That does that. And then sometimes the thought will come. It'll just come as, oh, write this down. I'll write it down and then I'll be like, okay, let me save that as thought on whatever day it is. And then I'll close it and I'll go back to what I was originally doing.
Okay. Now,
Nice.
what got you into writing books?
I've always I have a love for reading. And when I was small, when most kids was outside playing, riding bikes, skating, I was in the house reading. Like that was my escape for me. My escape was a book. And I sometimes I would read a book and I could guess whatever was going to happen at the end of the book, like by the fourth or fifth chapter or whatever. And I would always say, I can do better than that. And when I probably, let's see, I've been published now for 12 years. Um mhm. Well, I've been published now for about 12 years. And the reason I got published is because my daughter sent my manuscript off to a publisher without me
Okay.
knowing. I didn't even know it.
Okay. There you
Sometimes
go.
they
There you go.
know.
Shout out to your daughter.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Kyra. But that's why. And so then after that, I was like, oh, okay, I can get paid for this. Oh, yeah, oh, okay, I can do this then. So, but it's so much more to being an author than just writing a book. Because
Mhm.
when I came out, everybody was putting out a book every 5 minutes, it seemed like. And so publishers were very leery of, signing new authors. But I was real lucky that my publisher took the chance, set me up on a book tour. And I mean, so that was for my first book. And then he came to me, and the publisher came to me and said, do you have a second book? And just so happened I did. I just never thought that I would be published. And I had written this story to be a two-parter. And when he
Okay.
said, do you have another book? I was like, yeah. So 2 years after my first book came out, my second book came out. And so they did very well. It touched on domestic violence. So they both came out in the month of October, which is domestic violence month, awareness month. And I had speaking engagements and book appearances, book signings. That's when bookstores were big, Borders, Books a Million, all of the bookstores. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what was the other one? Barnes and Noble. That's when all those bookstores were open. So I was in a bookstore every Saturday and Sunday. That's how I spent my afternoons.
Uh, okay. Now,
Not bad.
now, how does the book game? Because I heard the book game kind of works like the record label. You get they advance you. You give
Mhm.
them something. They put you on tour, but they got to recoup everything they advanced you before you make anything.
Absolutely. So most people think now,
Okay.
okay, so that's if you go traditional publisher. If you self-publish, you're in charge of your own money. So you self-publish.
Yeah.
Now, it's still really the same concept because when you are traditionally published, they will say,
Hmm.
okay, we think that we're going to take a chance on you and we're going to give you this money. So they'll give you a lump sum of money until you sell enough books to make back the money that they sent you. You don't get another penny from them. So it's in your best interest to do all of these book signings and stuff like that. If you are self-published, you are paid. That means you are paying someone to print your book, you know, edit for you, do all of those things, and then you have to go out and sell them. Now, self-publishing, you do keep the money that you earn, but let's just say it
Hmm.
cost me $1,000 to put out my book, and that's not going to happen because you're going to look more at about $4,000 or $5,000 to publish your own book. Before I have to make that money back before I can say that I actually turned a profit. So now
Hmm.
it's in my best interest to go out here because now being self-published, I have to set up everything myself. I don't have somebody telling me, okay, here's the calendar of events that you're going to be doing. Here's the book signings you're going to be doing. Show up on these days and these times. I have to go out there and do all that on my own. I got to make contact with bookstores and booksellers and events and all of that. When you're with a
Right.
traditional publisher, they do that for you. They just say, what is your availability? You tell them when
Hmm.
you're available. They book around your availability and then you just go. Sometimes they will pay for you to be at events. Most time, and again, it depends on how much or how your contract is structured with a traditional publisher. Um, and sometimes you'll have to pick up your own tab to go to events. I was fortunate enough that I did not have to pay for going to events that they were sending me to. So it all worked out and for in my benefit. I've never had to pay out to go, sell my books.
Okay. Okay.
That's good. And
Well,
like I know you said you're published,
let's
so like
let's.
what stores are your books in? Or like where
So
can we find your books?
okay, so my books are on Amazon. You can go so my Instagram name, which is B Swanger Webster, that's my author name. That's the name that I write under. So all of my books are on Instagram. They are on Barnes and Noble. They're on uh Barnes and Noble. They're on Books a Million. And if you
Okay.
just Google B Swinging Webster, you'll find my books.
Be swinging
Now
left.
let's get
I'm
into
gonna do that.
the Coco Cigar Cutie. We talked to the author. Let's talk to the smoker. Now, we had this conversation. What is your fab of the week this week?
Okay.
V, we had this
Okay.
conversation. She said it changes every
Yeah,
week. So every week
yes,
I ask
it,
her
it
this
changes
question, see
every
what it
week.
is now.
Okay,
Because you know what?
so
And honestly, I look at you so much. I do when I see a cigar. You already know this. I'm like, oh, let me order that. I ordered so many cigars you suggested. I have like, oh, let me order that.
yes. So my top cigars for this week was for last week because I just started today. So my
Uh-huh.
top cigars last week was and not in any order was of course Sassy Soul, but
Uh-huh.
this week it was the Sidekick Connecticut from Sassy Soul because
I do
normally
like that.
it's
I
Big
do like that.
21 Double Maduro. Last
Uh-huh.
week it was the Sidekick Connecticut and the Jew Breezy. Now, and both of those are from Sassy Soul. So she got two. She got two that's in the top five of mine for last week. The cigar candy, bourbon, and brown sugar. Oh God. Okay,
I
so
just
that's gonna
ordered
be
that.
my number one because that
I
one,
just I just
when
ordered
I
that one.
tell you, a phenomenal cigar. Listen, she only has. I don't. She doesn't have a lot of cigars, and I met her at the DMV Herf, and she gave me the cigar. And when I tell you, I have never experienced a cigar like that because normally it'll be sweet on the tip. This one was not sweet on the tip. It was sweet on the inhale. And I have never had a cigar like that. Like,
Okay.
even the acids, some of the acids are flavored, but I would
Uh-huh.
not say that this is flavored. I feel like this is an infused, I feel like the bourbon and brown sugar was an infused cigar. I
Yeah, they
feel
had to
it,
be
but she
infused.
says
Yeah,
it was just flavored. But
because flavored is on the tip. So yeah, infused is in the smoke.
right. So that's
Okay.
three. So then my fourth one is probably going to be from Cloud Brothers, the
Okay.
Tornado.
I ordered theirs too.
Um, and then the fifth one is going to be, let me think. Well, it was one that I had on Friday. What did I smoke on Friday? It was the Insidious.
Oh yeah, I got damn what if I just had that actually.
Yeah.
They go to bed.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Let's do right with the side of 13. Do them. I had that one.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's my top
so
five for last week.
let me ask you a question. So are you going to the next one? Hold on, she'll be back.
Cut out. I don't say that. She'll be back.
Yeah, I definitely did. I
Uh,
did the I ordered the candy. I ordered the cloud, and actually the Cloud Brothers. I talked to them. They we gonna get them on the show. So yeah, we gonna get them on the show. All right. So
Okay. I dropped my phone, so
yeah,
I was so excited
I
about the
see.
cigar.
All right. So here we go. So you going to the next one? Because I got tickets for the next DMV cigar week. Start on the 16th, I think it is
Right. It starts tomorrow, right?
tomorrow. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. Matter of fact,
no,
yeah.
Tuesday.
I got
Tuesday.
No,
tickets. I got
Tuesday.
tickets for them.
Tuesday. So I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah, I
go
got
to
tickets for that.
some. I'm gonna go to some of the events. I'm not gonna make it to all of them.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm gonna go
So
to as many as I can.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to go to Ladies First. The one that
I've been
Privilege.
dying to go there. I definitely gotta go there. You
Yeah,
gotta here
well,
you.
see, I haven't been there. I have not been there yet. I went once,
Let's see. I thought you would have
and
went there and had her on the show by now, cause
well,
that'd be a good one.
because when I went, she wasn't there, and
Mm.
she told me to wait for her, but I had another engagement, and so as she was coming in, I was walking out, and we missed each other. Literally missed each other by like a minute, and I was like, I can't stay. I was committed to something else. So
Mm.
we have literally been playing phone tag, social media tag, trying to get our schedules lined up so I can have her on the show. So
I'm
I'm
gonna have her on, but
hoping
I'm gonna
that
wait.
this is the
I'm
week.
gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you because I want you to do that one first, and then we're gonna try to get on. Now, as for the podcast, now what got you in the podcast?
Well, I used to do it before. I in
Hmm.
2015, I had a
Hmm.
show, I live streaming podcast every Wednesday up at WHUR. I did the live podcast from three o'clock to 4 o'clock. And I did that for 2 years. And
Okay.
it was called the We Be Swangin' Show, and I had authors on there, and every week it was an author. I had like big name authors. I had R.L. Stein, the guy that's
Yeah, yeah.
doing Goosebumps. I had Jeffrey Deaver, the one who did Bone Collector.
Okay.
So I've had like big John Gilstrap. He's the Jonathan Graves. I've had Lord Anne Rice, Vampire
Okay.
Diaries. I had her on
Yeah.
there. So I did
That was my woman right
these
there.
live streaming shows, and her son Christopher is just an amazing author as well. Anne Rice's son Christopher, he writes.
Yeah.
I think he said he's going to pick up writing finish his mom's series. So I started doing that, and I was like the highest rated show on Wednesday. And then they said, oh, well, let's move you to Tuesdays. And I'm like, okay, move to Tuesdays, highest rating. I did it for 2 years, but I was doing it at the same time that I was still working. So I'm
Oh,
working in the middle school and I'm
conflict.
finishing up work, going all the way to DC, fighting that traffic, and then
Yeah, I
fighting
know
that
that.
traffic to get back home. And after two
I know
years,
that.
I was tired. I just got tired. So I
Right.
said, well, you know what? I'm gonna take a hiatus and I'm going to, relax. Every month since I've stopped doing the show, my last show was in 2017. Every month, Jeremy, the producer, emails me and said, are you ready to come back? And I said, I'm not ready to come back yet. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to do it without having to go all the way to DC. I mean, you guys know when you have a podcast, it's a lot of work for an hour show. It's a lot of
It
work.
is. It is. A
So
lot
I
of
was like,
promote, a lot of promotion going
I
to it.
didn't really feel
Talking to
like doing
people.
that, and I wanted to have control. So I said, you know what? I'll just do it from the comfort of wherever I am, and that's why I just picked up and started doing it again. So having a new avenue that I embarked on cigars, I was like, okay, this is going to just tie right into it because most of the authors I have already interviewed smoke cigars. So now they're all clamoring to get back on the show to talk about the cigars that they smoke while they're writing their book.
Okay. You know what?
So,
That's interesting. That'll be an interesting. That's
yeah,
yeah. Because I know
like I
Hemingway,
know,
Hemingway, who was famous for smoking cigars and writing books. So yeah, there's a lot of
exactly.
guys out there.
So, and I never really thought about it in the sense of, wow, it is a lot of authors that smoke cigars. And all of them have the same tradition. As soon as they finish their book, they light up their most favorite cigar.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's just going to
do you have that
be even
tradition?
more that I can tap into.
Now, do you have that tradition? Like, as soon as you're done, you get your celebratory
You know
cigar
what?
out?
No, it's well, now I will. Before, as soon as I was done a book, I got my favorite adult beverage, and that's what I celebrated with. I was like, "Oh, time for a drink! I'm finished." Because I mean, not that I didn't drink while I was writing, but you can't drink for so much when you're writing your book.
Right. But I mean, it's kind of like that at the end of it when you're finally done,
Yes,
and that last period is put into that book.
yes,
That point, it's a sense of accomplishment. You're
it
like,
it
I
is.
did this.
And then you
It's
look back
complete.
at it and be like, "Oh my God, I did this! I did this," which is, a treat within itself. Let me tell y'all something. I have now. I had found this little, and I know it's just like to some people not much. I found me a V cut yesterday, right? A V cut cutter. I have been looking for one of these for an entire year. I could not find one. And yesterday I just happened to be in the tobacco store and I was like, is that a big cutter? Like they had a whole selection. And of course, it had to have something blue on it, right? You know that. So
See?
I could have told you exactly where to get a couple of them from. I could have told you.
See, I'm with you with the blue.
Oh,
I always got something blue near me.
exactly.
I could have told you
So
that.
I'm just so excited that I have a V cut. So I know that was totally off topic, but I just had, and it's a keychain, and it's a keychain.
Oh,
So I got my Chicago red on.
Oh
But yeah,
Lord, not Chicago Red. Really? Are they really a team, sir? Are they really a team?
why? Yes,
Chicago.
they are.
Somebody in the back
Hey,
was
look.
somebody look. I got somebody in the back who is a Chicago fan, and he's like, "Don't do that. Don't do that."
No, yeah.
I'm like,
We
they ain't a
leave
team.
Dallas
They not a
alone.
team.
We don't say anything about Dallas. As a matter of fact, and to show you how good of a person I am, I even put you on my homegirl who make the ashtray.
Oh no, mine will be here. I think she told me she's sending it to me. Thursday or Friday. She'll put it in the mail Thursday or Friday, so I should get it in about a week and a half.
And we love, you know what? We love working with her. She did our last giveaway. She gonna do another one for us. We love working with her.
Listen, let me tell you, the ashtray that she designed for you is beautiful. Like you all need to be selling that or doing something with it.
Yeah. It goes with our logo color. So I was like,
Yeah,
"There's the logo. I want you to
I'm
just
trying to
match it
write
up
that
with that."
too.
And she matched it. So I was like,
Yeah,
"Cool."
when I saw it, I was like, wow, that is so nice.
She does her thing. She does it. Great work. Great work. If you're sitting up there and you're on IG, make sure you look up Sticks and Stone. I'm gonna keep promoting her. She does great work. She will be at the Boutique Cigar Expo in Tampa, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So if you're
Of
down
this
there in
year,
Tampa, make sure you stop by and say what up to her. I'm sorry, what you say?
she gonna be there. What this month?
No, September. So September they having the Boutique Expo, and I was gonna go,
Uh huh.
but then I saw they're gonna have the Heritage Festival December 3rd, which is supposed to be the biggest cigar festival in the world. So
Okay.
I'm going. A couple of guys we had on the show, they said, "Hey, we going too." So I'm like, "Okay, let's caravan."
Okay.
We going
Okay. And
down there.
where's the hair festival at?
So it's a one. So here's a one is on the 3rd, but
Uh huh.
everybody comes in like the first. So the first and second is the pregame to it. So you go to cigar lounges, they all gearing up, and then it happens
Okay.
on the 3rd. The 3rd is the big show, and then the 4th is the wind down.
Okay. Okay.
So I definitely got to do that. Cause and then next year I'm definitely we gonna hit some cigar weeks, man. We definitely gonna hit some cigar weeks. Besides the ones close to here, we gonna hit them. Like I said, we doing Black Smoke. So yeah, we gotta hit some.
Well, let me ask you. So, do you only? So, do you? Are you all only going to go to the 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 smaller cigar weeks, or are you going to try to get out there to Las Vegas when they
Uh,
do theirs, and down to
we
Florida when
we
they do theirs?
Now with the PCA, we talked to Fat Boys, and Fat Boys said we could
I was about that was the next
split a
thing I
booth
had
with
to get done.
them,
Well,
so we could do that. And also, we talking to the guys that organize Tampa Bay Cigar Week.
Uh huh.
Tampa Bay Cigar Week. We talked to them. We might pop up for that one. Then the guys that organize Charlotte Cigar Week talked to us. And from what
Okay.
I heard and from what I seen, Charlotte Cigar Week this year was, man, everybody was there. Cigar Vixen was there. Cigar Diva was there. There was so many people there, man.
Now, the
Like
cigar
I'm
vixen is okay. So, am I thinking about the right cigar vixen?
Yeah, yeah.
White lady, dark hair.
She was there, and Sip Cut Smoke was there. They
Oh
I'll
was
be
wow.
right
there,
back,
so
guys.
there was a lot of people there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we was like, we gotta be there now. We making some noise, man. We make some impact on
Right.
IG. We you know what I'm saying? We building up the little YouTube and the Spotify and everything, but like we're making some noise on IG. A lot of people are starting to pay attention, so we gotta get out there, man. We gotta get in some stories, get in some interviews.
Right. And you know what? And that's why I commented on your I didn't get to see the whole video that you made when you said what makes you an influencer. And you're an influencer right now. I don't know if you know it because a lot of people are following you. A lot of people that you're interviewing, once you interview them, I see that they're bringing over their followers to you. So you could have 20 people. You could have 20 people and become an influencer as long as they're talking about you and they're spreading your name. You don't have
Uh,
to have thousands of people following you. Like I said, I became a cigar influencer. I only had 500 people at first, and I was an influencer because people were now, oh my god, okay, can we send you this? Can we send you that? And then and I don't know, I don't want to say it's creepy or stalker-ish, but sometimes it is because some of these people that have been sending me cigars, I have not interacted with them at all. I have not given them my address, none of that. But I
oh,
get a package
that's weird.
delivered to my house.
That's weird. Yeah, well, I'm getting a lot of packages, and I like to do the unboxing and send the thanks and everything to them.
Right.
I got a lot of packages. Oh, it's Sunday. Here go the mailman. Hopefully, he got my package. That's supposed to have been here. Anyway, so so yeah, so I get a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, dropping off packages and you know what I'm saying, trying to get on the show or we get them on the show. Family loyalty, my man's boss dog, them know him, so I'm trying to get him on the show.
Yes, because
We got
I want you to have. I saw his interview, him and his son. So I definitely want to have them on my show as well.
oh yeah, just ask. They willing. All you gotta do is
Yeah,
just ask them. I'll make the
Asking
introduction.
ye shall receive.
yes,
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. They love being on shows, man. Two very good dudes, man. The Joey is so knowledgeable about
yes,
cigars, and the people that he knows in the industry is so great. Like he introduced me to one of the rollers from Espinosa, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, we got to talk to them. Like he knows these people, and he's very knowledgeable. And his father's a fucking fool. Yo. He's funny. That's my
right,
man. Boss, boss,
right.
what up, man? That's my man's 100 grand right there. We actually going to see they're going to wrestle October 15th. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go up there, watch the wrestle, and then we're gonna hit some cigar lounges after that.
Oh wow, that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, we
Open so.
definitely got to.
Open so.
So yeah, so that's
Say,
and as we
I'm
meet people,
hoping I can actually make it out that way.
hopefully you do.
Listen,
If
because
you don't need any places,
at some
just come
point,
out. Show
we
me what
all
places
got to
you
link up in person somewhere and share a
at. Oh,
cigar and just do our shows
yeah.
live from wherever we meet up at.
As
See,
we
I think
meet
that would
people, we
actually
doing
be.
that.
I
Like
think
right
that would
now,
actually be pretty cool. You have like 5 or 6 different podcasts going live at the same time.
Right.
See, everybody can watch it, and you can switch back and forth between podcasts and see things from a different angle. Like
Exactly.
I'm
never know.
photo bombing everybody. I'm bombing all your lives. You will
I
see
can
me
see him
on the
doing
road
this too. Like I
every
swear,
So would
you
I.
can see
single
him
So would
doing
I.
camera. Every single camera, you're gonna see me on there. But
And
yeah, like I
listen,
said, I went down to Raleigh. I was hanging out with Sticks and Stone. Shout out to her. Hanging out with Antonio, Black Stogies. Them, what up? Shout out to y'all. They gonna be on the show. House 9 couldn't make it, but we definitely gonna connect with him. And shout out to him for the gift that he sent us. It's gonna go to charity. We just got to get together and decide where we're gonna go ahead and auction this joint off. It's such a nice
okay.
ashtray, and I want to keep the
Wow.
ashtray myself, but we're gonna auction it off because it's for charity. Um, the giveaways, a lot of stuff for the. Thank you for donating the shirt that's part of the giveaway this month.
Yeah.
Listen, my pleasure. I actually have I have a cutter. I didn't send you the cutter, did I? I have a cutter I want to give you to give away or
Okay.
keep for yourself. You can decide what you want to do with it. And I have a T-shirt. I have a T-shirt now because she came out with a line of T-shirts. So I have a T-shirt and a cutter that I'll be sending you.
That's gonna go to
All right.
we're gonna release that. That's gonna be a Susan G. Coleman thing. We're gonna donate to them with that.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we definitely, like I
So
said,
see,
we
that
get,
can be the
and it's so
giveaway.
crazy.
That can be the giveaway in October.
Yeah, it's
No,
crazy
that
because
would be
as we talk
perfect.
to these people, like we all this is like a lot, most of this stuff is out of pocket. But it's crazy how many like people just be like, "Oh man, here, do this for you." Like, shout out to Fat Boys. You guys gonna do another giveaway? Let me know. Like here you go. I'm sending you a shirt. House 9. Here, I'm gonna send you this. So it's crazy, like how people are so willing to like help each other build. Like my man Boss said, we keep saying the same thing. The cigar world is so big, but it's not. It's so small.
Exactly.
It's so
And
small.
that's the thing. I was talking to who was I talking to? I forget who I was talking to Friday. Oh, I was talking to my girlfriend. My girlfriend wants to open up a cigar lounge in Fredericksburg, Virginia, because there is only one in Fredericksburg. You have to go to Woodbridge or Alexandria to get to a cigar lounge. And I'm not going to
Yeah.
mention the cigar lounge because as a woman, I wouldn't go in there. Ventilation is horrible. It's a small lounge, but it could be so much more. But it's literally it. They can't sell liquor. I'm used to that. They can't sell food. Used to that. But ventilation. As soon as you open the door, the smoke meets you at the door. And it is literally go in there, get a cigar, smoke a cigar, and leave. That's how it is. So she was talking to the owner, and the owner, he knows that he needs to, step up his game because he bought it from the previous owner. And she was talking to me about being her ambassador for the cigar lounge. And it's weird because I just interviewed Miss Exquisite from Instagram, and she's the Suffolk Cigar Lounge brand ambassador. So now I have to get back with her because she was like, "Oh, I'll tell you everything you need to know about being a brand ambassador for a cigar lounge." If she had never mentioned that to me, I would have never even thought about accepting that kind of role when my
Well,
girlfriend suggested it to me. So it's like, wow, it really is all about community when you're in the cigar community. It's about, yeah, you get some of those snooty and snobbish people, yeah, but you get those far and in between. Most of the people that you meet are going to be so down to earth that all they really care about is if you are smoking a good cigar.
yeah, I mean
Actually,
that's all it really is.
I got somebody you got to talk to. We couldn't get her on. We did a live with her. We're gonna get on the show officially though. You got to talk to her. She's from Astro Club. She's the president. Oh, she's the president in Oklahoma, but she's the vice president of their Midwest chapter, the Midwest area. Uh, she's
Okay.
cool as shit. Very knowledgeable. I want to get. We got to get on the show. I did a live with her because I couldn't. This was fucking up. So we're gonna get her officially on the show and do a
Hmm.
show with her. It was a very fun interview, very good times. I was, man, I ain't gonna lie. See, this is the thing a lot of people don't know too. I was so sick when I did that interview, and I had to man up and do it. I wasn't smoking or drinking that episode. I mean, we did the
Wow.
Father's Day episode. I think I was up for like 15 hours. So when you look at the Father's Day episode, you might see me like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was out of it. And I look back, I said, damn, I didn't know I was that tired. I was out of it. There's episodes, you know what I'm saying? My co-host, he'll be sick, and I'm like, yeah, we got to get the show. I'll do the show, and I powered through it. We did the show with Table
Honestly,
36.
yeah,
It was a
I was
good show.
done.
It was a good interview.
I was done for
But I'm
yesterday.
sitting outside, and it started pouring. So I'm like, fuck. I'm finna make a run to the car. Get to the car, put it in, and it's just so
Wow.
it's a lot of things when you do podcasts, man. If you ain't really, if it's not something that you really want to cover, it's not something you really want to do, I would suggest you don't do it because it
Right.
is as fun as this is. It is work.
Nah,
It's
it is
work.
work.
You got to get
It
the
is
guests.
work. It's not all fun and games. It's not all fun and games, people. We actually have
I
to put
mean,
some work into this.
I mean,
Gotta have
there's been
content like
times when there's been times when we've done interviews and I've had to come straight from work and do them. Like
yeah,
I
I've done
just
that
get
too.
through
Before
working
work.
all night. Like I'm
Before
working
work.
all night, literally, and then he'll call me at like 10 o'clock and be like, "You ready?" I mean, I forgot about it. I'm like, "Ready for what?" Like
Right.
bed? Yes, I'm definitely ready for bed.
But you
Right.
No,
you was
we
ready
got
for
a show to do.
you was ready for
God
that
damn
Quentin
it!
interview. You ready for that Quentin interview? Which we Coco. You gotta hear this guy, Quentin Moore. Some of the dopest music I've ever heard. We got him on the
Uh-huh.
show. It's like a mix between funk, R&B, gospel. Just man, guys, it's just dope.
Oh, yes. Is his
Everybody got
interview?
that here.
Did you already do the interview with him?
We already
I
did it.
mean,
We
has
ain't
it
released it
already
yet.
played?
No, we
No, we
haven't
ain't
released it
released it
yet.
yet.
Okay.
That's tomorrow, right?
He's on our drop. So he did a drop for
Okay.
us, which we're gonna actually do a drop eventually. Whenever you get time, do a drop for us. We return the favor. But yeah, the guy's so cool. He's in Armenia, or he's going to Armenia
Wow.
as we speak to do a show
Wow.
out there. He has a European tour, and he's gonna come back and do a tour stateside. He's opened up
Okay.
for Anthony Hamilton. He's opened up for him. The guy
Okay.
he's talented. He plays the piano,
No,
the drum, the guitar. The man is he's talented.
Okay.
It's
Definitely
like
will have him on then.
I'm gonna
I
sing you
would
some
say
of his
it was
music.
one song. It was one song that drew me in, and then I had to go back and look at the back catalog, and I was just like, "Wow, okay, yeah. No, this dude for real."
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
it's like speaking of music, it's like the cigar world, man. There's a lot of, and I keep saying this, it's a lot of these cigars that we are trying that we might have never been exposed to if it wasn't for this podcast. And we're trying these cigars, and it's like these are really good cigars. These cigars
Right.
can compete with the big guys,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
really can. And these
And
people are
that's
going down
why
in love. Like I
I
told these
like,
guys,
right. And that's
it's
why I
put out
like
in love.
what you all do and what we do is because we look at the small boutique brands where some people won't even try them. And a lot of people on my TikTok, they're like, "Oh, I never heard of that. Oh, is that small boutique? Oh, I don't really do small boutique." And now a lot of them are messaging me saying, "Oh my God, I've been missing out." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to give the little guy a try because the little guy is going to work harder to keep your business."
What they don't understand is all these started out as boutique.
Exactly.
Dermo, Pardon, all of these started out as boutiques that people gave an opportunity to, and
Right.
that's how they became big. Fuente
Right.
was once upon a time that was a boutique cigar. You know what I'm saying? So and he's synonymous with the cigar industry. But he
Right.
started out. He said himself, we started out as a boutique brand, and people gave us the opportunity, and now we are where we are. So he said, I remember who was it? I think it was Joey telling me the story. He said he was sitting there. It was either Joey or D Cigars, one of the two. But they was like he was sitting there. It was Fuente, it was Padermo, it was Patel. They all sitting there, and they're talking like, what can we do to help the smaller brands? Because it's like same thing with this podcast game. Competition makes you better.
Right.
If it was just one
Always.
podcast with cigars, that
And
podcast might
it's
be.
enough people in the world that you're going to find your audience. Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't never think
Oh,
that I'm not in competition with you with your podcast. I'm not in competition with Chicks and Sticks podcast. I'm not in competition with anybody because they have their audience. I have my audience. If I can expose my audience to you all, that's what I do. And I always go and look at your shows. I may be a couple days late. I might not see them when they drop on Monday, but I'm seeing them on Tuesday and Wednesday. And as soon as I do, I'm liking or commenting, and then two, I'm saying go look at these people doing this podcast. They talk to this person.
Oh yeah, we definitely check out yours. Comment. Like I say, anytime you look at our reels, anytime we get opportunity, we like, yo, you gotta check out Coco Cigar. I'm in lives like, yo, you gotta check it out. And I'm saying, I drop a reel like, yo, check out my homegirl. Y'all gotta check out, see what she doing. Like,
And
she
I
making noise over.
appreciate it so much.
It's not a competition. We can all get it out here, man. That's how I look at it.
Exactly.
We can all get it out here.
Exactly.
So when I saw that you made
I
the
think a
pod,
lot.
I was like, when did she come up with a pod? I said, hold on, let me make sure I subscribe. Let me like this video. Hold on, she ain't tell us nothing. She just dropped unexpectedly. That big thing dropped unexpectedly. That bird shit. I was like, wait, hold on. Let me subscribe.
And it's only because people kept asking me, when are you going to do it again? When are you going to do your show again? When are you going to do your show again? And so I was like, okay, enough people have asked. I might as well do it again.
I mean, yeah, that's a natural progression. I mean, you're doing a TikTok. Basically, TikTok is just a podcast in a smaller time
Right.
frame. And
Yeah.
so much shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me,
Right.
I'm not on TikTok. TikTok to me wouldn't give me enough time to do the shit I like to do. So I like the IG reels.
Right.
And started a smoke break on IG. So we are going to go live with people on IG from the industry. We're going to put that on IG as well so we can get more content. Because our thing
Okay.
is, I like to bang out at least four things, four pieces of content a day. And then if I can, I try to do a live or get on a live or look at a live.
Okay.
And that's the time out there. I got a lot of subscribers just from jumping on Joy stuff, talking to you. Some of your people be like, Ash Show Club, Fat Boy. So we get a lot of traffic just by talking to you guys.
Exactly.
I was saying, shout out to my brother. He does all the work. While he's out there doing all these IGs, I'm in bed sleep.
Well, you know what? You got to have a team. You got to have a team.
I'm passed out. Like I try to get on when I can, but working these third shift hours, it really gets you during the day.
Yeah, I bet. Listen, right now, I don't know how it has happened, but my phone is at 2%. I don't even know how this has happened because I didn't use my phone all day long.
Okay.
I know the feeling.
We go ahead and wrap it up right now. Thank you for doing that. Give everybody your info before we leave, though.
So, okay. What did you say? Because you broke up a little bit.
Let everybody know where to follow you.
Information.
Okay, so for me, I am on Instagram as B Swang Webster. That is my author name. So you'll find if you type in B Swang Webster, if you Google me, B Swang Webster will come up. On TikTok, I am Coco Cigar Cutie. On YouTube, I have two shows. I have the Coco Cigar Cutie show, and I also have B Swingin' Webster, and that was the We Be Swingin' show. So you can look at my old shows that I was going live from WHUR down in DC. So those old shows are there, but my new Coco Cigar Cutie shows are up there now. I'll come to you every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on YouTube.
Okay.
We'll definitely check you out, and I will definitely be looking for those books.
All right, so who we looking for?
Send me your address. I'll send you my first two books.
Okay,
cool.
I will do that.
Before we get out of here, who we looking for on Wednesday? Who you got coming up on Wednesday?
On Wednesday, I have Nola Cigar, the guy George Blunt. He's on Instagram as the Nola Cigar Crew, I believe it is, or Nola Cigar, NOLA Cigar. He is not Richard, not the owner of the cigar. He is just an Instagram gentleman who every day he'll bring you something. You know, this is for somebody. It might not be for everybody, but it's for somebody.
It's for somebody. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I see him all the time.
He's gonna be on the show Wednesday. Yeah, and his conversation was amazing. His conversation was so good. It was 2 hours, so I had to break his show up into 2 parts.
That's what we gotta do for Sassy. It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right, so we forgot. I definitely gotta get that man on the show. Our episode coming up is going to be with Smoke and Repeat, who you are.
Yes, my girl.
Make sure y'all check it out. She's doing something. So when she's done, she's gonna announce it. Let her announce it.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait. That's tomorrow at 1 o'clock, right?
Tomorrow 1 o'clock, she's gonna do the show. And we waiting for her to finish up our product. Doing our product, she's gonna announce it.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for having me back and having me and talking about the books. And everybody should make some time to read. Even if it's just for 20 minutes a day, just sit down and read for 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes. You can do 20 minutes in the bathroom.
As every time we leave this place, everybody, I need y'all to remember, blow your smoke like a gentleman and gentlewoman, and we out.
Peace. All right. You got her information. I need you to just send her my address.